Hey there guys, Phoenix Aurelius. Today I wanted to show you some of the cool functionality of the U key. The U key stands for the Universal Quantum Interface, comes with this nice box that fits the entire unit and its power cable in here. It's just completely tight, it's nice. I don't think a lot of people will end up traveling with these very frequently, at least probably not through airports and the like, but in the event that you do need to pack it up and take it with you anywhere, that's an awesome case. So at any rate, here's the U key itself. Now, already it comes built in with so many great functions and features. I don't think that a lot of people are really going to have to do too much once they buy these to get them going. The first thing is it's a cloud-ready instrument, so you have to connect to a Wi-Fi signal. Inside of here, when you first log into your cloud, you've got the opportunity to come in and rent some programs. Most of the programs are in here for $3.99, which is extremely cheap to be able to rent these and utilize a program. So like right up here, we have business harmonization, vitalization. That's super awesome. We've got ones for chronic gastritis and all sorts of other things. And there are a bunch of free ones too. In fact, you can filter just by scrolling through the top up here and going to the free ones here at the very end, and you can see some of the free apps that are actually on here. This is loading, so once it loads, it should be able to show you those things. But that being said, I've already downloaded pretty much all of the free apps and started running some of them. But there are all sorts of really cool things up here for like mind control prevention and lots of other things. Psychotronic manipulation prevention. We actually have a client right now that wants this type of broadcast and this type of broadcast here. And if she had one of these, all I'd say is just go ahead and rent those programs and run them. And then I can, test them and see how well they're doing by running an analysis over here. So this is really cool. Now, with that being said, if you wanted to, you can actually create AI programs with this too. You have to pay to continue and choose what it is that you're going to do because this is a premium feature. I think, yeah, this one to create an AI program is like 1147, but I think they let you create your first one for free. So I actually did create my first one for free. Let's just go ahead and go to run. This is called reverse glycation. Glycation is something that happens to the tissues as you age, so this is one of the things that helps decrease the aging. And the way that it's created a single repetition of this, a single cycle of all of the tunings in there, comes down to about 46 minutes. So I can either add that to a lineup or run it straight away, and I can actually choose the image of the person or people that I want to send it to. So I've got myself and I've got Nori loaded in here right now. Let's just send this to Noriana, my wife. And then you can choose if there are other frequencies. You can generate the Schumann resonance, which is an absolutely awesome thing, especially when there are solar geomagnetic anomalies like there have been lately and the Schumann is all over the place. Broadcasting that 7.8 hertz, 7.83 hertz is a really, really awesome thing. So we can actually generate the Schumann resonance with this, and then we can run it. And here you go. It's got Nori's picture down here. And the U key is really cool because it gives everything not only a numerical tuning rate, but it converts the numerical tuning rate into shapes and geometries that allow this entire thing essentially to send you custom broadcasts the way that we've never really been able to do that before. And all of these shapes and colors and other different types of things that the tuning rates are converted into actually have an enormous range of new possibilities in broadcasting information to the individual. And it's really cool too. SE5 practitioners like myself can also create custom broadcasts for people as well. So I've already done that. I've uploaded a couple like parasitic infections. I've got this one, factors affecting electrolyte homeostasis, 2025 flu prevention with chemtrails, candida and toenail fungus, neurological wellness, EMF experiments, all sorts of things. This cell wellness one is one that we offer here at the Research Academy. So I've already uploaded all of these, and the very same thing is true. I can select them. I can, select who I want to send this to. Let's send this one to me, for instance, and just run that. And on my end, I can actually tell it whether I want it to show the tuning and the tuning rates, or whether I just want it to convert everything into here. If I want it to convert everything into here, this is really cool because now other people cannot reverse engineer the broadcasts that I have, or at least maybe they could, but it would be quite difficult because now they'd have to translate colors, shapes, and patterns back to a numerical tuning rate, and then from that tuning rate determine the wording that I used in order to create my thing. So as a proprietary developer of various broadcast protocols where I don't want my IP to be stolen, I can actually send this to your unit and it's broadcasting to you. You get all of the benefit of it, but you don't have to see all of the written tunings and all of the numerical tuning rates that we're using. So this is a really, really brilliant thing. And for other developers like myself who are thinking about using this for their clients, it's awesome. Because again, a huge part of the way that I plan on using this is to get this into the homes of my clients so that I can work on them, their families, their pets, their yards, basically everything, by creating custom broadcast protocols based on the analysis that I have for them and their yards and whatever else. This unit allows them to do all of those things, plus they can create their own AI programs, they can rent programs, they can use free programs, they can do lots of different types of things with this, which really just brings us completely into the future. It is one of the most amazing things that I think I've ever seen. Aside from the renting programs, there's an opportunity to download the UKey programs that you've rented. So once you rent them and buy them, they show up in this little section of downloads, and they'll just be listed right here. When you have to download them, you'll hit download, and then they're available on the device. They don't, they're not stuck in the cloud anymore. And then same thing for SE5 programs. So let me just show you how I would do that. Here on my SE5, I've opened up my Pro software, and let's just go ahead and come here. Now what I can do is when I'm getting ready to send a broadcast, I can hit U key instead of sending it as a run now or as a post. And so I'm going to put my wife in here, Noriana, and we're going to get her complete Enzastrale here. And we're going to send this to the UKey. So typically I like to do this for 60 seconds, a delay of 1 second, and then we do 65 cycles. That's going to make this broadcast run for 17 and a half hours basically. And instead of running this on the SE5 unit, I'm going to send this to the UKey. You'll see that I need to put in the UKey email. In this case, I used my own email address here, and we can set an expiration for it. So if it doesn't expire, it gets to stay on the unit. I'm just setting it for the maximum amount of days really that I can. And then I can either have it visualize the tuning patterns. What I can do is also display the standard tuning and or include the description with it. So if I want people to see what the description is and see the numerical tuning, I can send it that way like I was just talking about. Or if I just hit visualize tuning patterns, then it just sends it to the kind of shapes and colors that you saw. So at any rate, that's what I'll do is I'm going to do it like this so that you can see that the description is there. We're going to upload this to the UKey. It says uploaded. Okay, so let's go back to our UKey now. And I'm going to close the cloud and open it back up again. There we go. Now go to download SE5 programs, and there you go. There's the complete Enzastrale. So we're going to go ahead and download that to the system here. There we go. Just like that, it's downloaded. Now when I hit run, it's going to show up probably right at the top, maybe down at the bottom. Let's see, down at the bottom, here we are. And then I can choose who I want to run it on. In this case, I have to run it on Noriana because she's the only person that this is designed for. Enzastrale, if you send somebody else's Enzastrale to them, you will generate negative health crisis for them because you need the exact positions of the planets at the time of the individual's birth. Now let's just say that I want to also generate the Schumann resonance here with this, and then add that to a lineup. That'll take 17 hours. And then let's say that we wanted to throw in some reverse glycation with her. Let's go ahead and do that for 5 cycles here, and then we'll add no frequency selected and add that to the lineup. There we go. Now I click up here in the right hand corner. Here's the lineup. So it'll run Enz Astrale for basically 17.5 hours, and then for the next almost 4 hours, 3 hours and 50 minutes, reverse glycation, and I can just go ahead and hit, here we go. Now I wanted to show you, there you go. That's the way it shows up if in my Pro software I say display standard tuning and include description. So it shows up just like standard broadcast, although it has these cool, it's like you're flying in the Millennium Falcon or something. You've got stars and stuff moving past you. But aside from that, that's all the same. And if I were to take this exact same thing here and just hit visualize tuning pattern, then it would show up the way that the other broadcasts were showing up, which is really, really quite amazing. Now, the Schumann resonance, you're not going to be able to hear that here, even though it is generating it. It says Schumann right up here in the top left-hand corner. So it is generating the Schumann resonance, but that is an ELF. 7.83 hertz is an ELF, an extra low frequency, so you shouldn't be able to hear that. So that's the way that that is happening. Now, there is a way to like turn up the volume if you're using other frequencies, and you can turn it up. And if I'm really quiet, when this generates the Schumann, I can hear that there is some sort of noise here, very, 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 very lightly, but you can't control it or turn it up, and it should be mostly infrasonic. You're not really going to be hearing it that type of frequency. So at any rate, I think that this unit is just absolutely amazing. I think every single person needs to have one of these, and yeah, as an SE5 practitioner, I couldn't possibly be more tickled about this. I think this is what is going to allow informational wellness to enter into the scene for just about everybody. Between informational wellness and then vibrational medicine and then material medicines like spagyrics and minerals and amino acids and diet and things like that, I don't think there's anything that a person couldn't cover. It's all covered within those things. So at any rate, Universal Quantum Interface, you'll be hearing more from me all about this. I'm super stoked. There's a little taste.